Has your opinion changed at all?
Yeah, no, it's never going to change, ever. Those things are awful. I remember I was in class today and someone, they asked how I felt about them, and I still feel as passionate as I do about hating them as I did then. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge. It's definitely not going to be fun hearing those, and I'm sure our coaches will definitely put those on in practice today.
CJ, we hear you guys talk all the time about how you don't pay attention to rankings and stuff like that, but come on, this is 2 versus 3. I mean, there's got to be a feeling in the locker room that this is pretty huge.
Yeah, I think the way that we're kind of starting to deal with that is, the older guys that were here last year when we had to play Alabama and it was kind of 1 and 4, we're kind of trying to settle them down because we know the implications are huge. We know that it's going to be a big game. We know that the crowd is going to be in it, and both teams are going to play their hearts out. So, but we're going to do our best to calm each other down. We've been to big games before, and I think we should be able to handle the pressure just fine.
How have you mastered that, playing in the big games?
I don't know. I think it's just something that we've learned. Last year we were able to kind of weather the storm in a lot of games, and I think our experience as a team kind of has carried over so far because we played in pretty big games. We played in hostile environments in Kansas State, and I know I hear some people saying, well, the stadium's not that big, but that crowd's in the game the entire time, and it's really close. And I mean, that was a pretty good atmosphere. I'm not gonna lie. So I think that's helped a lot with the younger guys, and I think it should have some carryover. Carryover.
When you say weathering the storm last year, and we're talking about now, you guys have played in so many big games. Is this now fun where you get to enjoy the moment a little bit more so than when you were going through it last year?
Yeah, I think so. I know last week LSU was a really big game, and we were kind of on the sidelines, and we were having a good time. We were having fun playing the sport that we played since we were 6 years old, and I remember looking at the offense especially, and there were a lot of smiles on the sideline. And so I think playing in big games is something we've come to enjoy and something we're really used to. We play in the SEC, the best conference in college football, so we're used to that week in and week out, and it's something that we kind of have embraced.
CJ, what makes it so tough? Mississippi State's defensive line and their linebackers so tough. Their linebackers seem to be making plays every weekend.
Yeah, I mean they're athletic. They play fundamental football, and that's going to be a really big challenge for us up front. We know that. Coach said that they had 9 stars returning from last year, and I thought last year that was the best defense that we had played the entire season. So we know it's going to be a challenge. We know it's going to be a dogfight, and we know they're going to fill holes, with the run game, and we're just going to have to adjust accordingly and stick to our game plan.
You've got a guy in Bernard McKinney, a middle linebacker, who's supposed to be an NFL type guy. Are you guys aware of that, or is it just more of their defense as a whole?
For us, it's more of their defense as a whole. I'm sure we'll game plan some things accordingly, but Coach Malzahn really just focuses on we're going to stick to Auburn football and playing our style of football, and I'm sure he'll have some wrinkles, but as far as that's concerned, we're probably just going to focus on their defense as a whole because we know that they're a really good unit.
How much does that help you guys in terms of not only execution but confidence when your coach says, hey, we're going to stick to what we do?
Oh, it's huge. Especially, last week that was something that he emphasized the entire week. We had the best week of practice, and then we go out and execute the way we did. That's something that definitely helps us as a unit, knowing that we're going to go out there, we're going to run our game plan, and if we execute, we're pretty much an unstoppable force, really. So I think that helps our confidence going into a game like this a lot.
What is it with this team and you guys just every play coming being so important coming down dirty?
Yeah, I don't know. I know, the past few times we've played them, it's been come down to pretty much the last drive. But that's just the kind of play that I guess happens in the SEC and happens with big games like this. This is I honestly have no answer for that, but I'm not really expecting anything less from this game because I know they're going to play hard, and it's probably going to come down to the wire once again.
And they're very aware of you after you did last season, right? I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to let me do anything. They're probably going to triple cut. No, I'm just kidding. I know that they're aware of Yeah, I know they probably circled me, kind of put an X by my name, saying take him out. I don't know, but yeah, I'm sure they're well aware.
Where does that catch rank for you? Where does that play rank for you?
For my personal,
Yeah.
it's still number one for sure. Because that was awesome. That was to break the SEC losing streak that we had, and that was awesome. I mean, to be able to do that at our hometown, or in Jordan here, and get our first SEC win in a year is huge for me.
When you look back at that, you guys have lost 10 straight, I think, SEC games at that point, and you've lost one since then. The turnaround, is it still amazing to you when you look at it?
Wow. I haven't really had too much time to look at it, but when you do look at it, yeah, it is huge. That's something that we're proud of. That's something that the seniors last year, they kind of hung their hats on, and that's something that the seniors this year want to continue building upon. But yeah, it is something that truly is definitely a feat to accomplish.